Hi, thank you again for joining me, Wendy Anderson, justbe.me. So these were some more messages coming in this morning. There were so many, it was too much to just do in one video, so I've had to separate them. So this was the second part of the message that they were providing this morning. So this morning they wanted to talk about equality. So we're in October 2021. So traditionally, October is apparently the month of Libra, so it's about balance. They were showing me traditionally about people of olden days that they lived off the land, and if you didn't live off the land, then survival was really difficult and really tough. So it was very much a month of haves and have-nots. Them that didn't have a lot may have shared with others. So it was very much the month of division, so to speak, of fulfillment and lack, and you could be on either level. So it's really interesting as well how lots of things are coming up in the media about finances. So there are lots of things coming up in the media about finances, like mortgages going up and the fears around finances and things like that. There's also things coming up in the media about the elites and their operations around finances and the monopolisation around finances, about using companies and offshore accounts to buy properties for certain high profile individuals and things like that, and paying no tax on this, while the rest of people are kind of like living hand to mouth and still also paying tax for the rest of the population, whereas there are other people that are living at large and not paying any tax. So again, it's the month of light and revelations on fulfillment and lack. And at first, kind of when my guides were giving me this clarity about what the elites have been doing with financially and things like that, my initial human response is kind of like anger and then they're kind of saying like, well, Wend, take it down a notch. It just is. Don't hold particularly too much judgments around it. It's to honour phases and cycles. So you've got to appreciate coming out with third dimensionality was very much a masculine energy. And it was, masculine energies tends to be very much in the energy of lack. Like it's never enough. I need more power, I need more money, I need more women, I need more sex, I need more love, I need more joy, I need more happiness. Always needing more, always needing more. And that was just a phase and a cycle that we were in. And it's beautiful that we were in that phase and cycle, because now we can appreciate the next phase and cycle. So I know a lot of light workers, and I spoke about this in another previous video, about at the moment you feel like you're just like a tree in winter, just laid bare, expecting. So financially it could be a little bit skinny at the moment, but there's something intrinsically that's saying, I'm okay with that, I'm fine with that. And it's almost as though it's kind of like waiting bare, maybe for something to come in. And I feel that that's kind of like the energy that's coming in. So we are now entering a more feminine energy. The second part of this planet's evolution started off in masculinity, now it's a more feminine energy. So the feminine energy is more about fulfillment. It's about I have enough sex, I have enough love, I have enough finances, I have enough everything that I need for this life. So this is why we're kind of like in a bit of this no man's phase at the moment, because we are waiting for the next phase to begin, that we really have to be clear of the lack, and we really have to be clear of the old energy in order to be in acceptance and allowing of the new. And the beautiful thing is we really needed the masculine lack energy. It's such a beautiful soul lesson because in that lack, only then can you appreciate everything that you have. Only then can you appreciate your fulfillment. So we are entering into the phase of grace as well, to receive, to give thanks, to appreciate exactly what we have. And once you appreciate exactly what you have, then it allows more abundance in. If you're in lack, then you're going to create lack. If you're in abundant energy, you're going to create abundant energy. So it's saying goodbye to an old phase and cycle and honouring it and appreciating it, and actually finding gratitude and gratefulness for it as well. Because then you can then begin to allow whatever it is that is coming in, and it is the energy of fulfillment. So it's going to be more share the wealth. So it's becoming clear the haves and have-nots, and October is a real month for clarity of have and have-nots for some reason, and I think it's the Libran energy maybe. So it's a really good time for negotiations. It's a really good time for perhaps reconciliations. It's a really good time for doing deals that are going to be fair, that are going to be equal, that is going to be more share the wealth. So it is going to be a month as well, perhaps, when more patents are going to be released. So the people at the top of the chain, the elites that were kind of like part of the patent kind of organisation that had managed to wheedle in and buy themselves in shares into the organisation, or with donations, however it is that they managed to infiltrate the patent organisation. There's going to be more patents released that is going to allow more share the wealth. So whether it's something like a water-driven engine, there was a water-driven engine that was kind of designed umpteen years ago and was bought by somebody like Shell to literally keep the patent from the general public, because then they wouldn't earn as much money selling fuel. And as we all know, kind of like selling fuel is a very powerful business to be in. There's lots of it's a multi-trillion pound industry. So that patent would have threatened that power and those financial aspects coming in. So there's going to be some more patents coming out, being released, but these patents are more earth friendly. So it's going to benefit the earth, it's going to benefit the population and the collective. There's more benefits, there's more fulfillment coming through some of these being released. Finances, there's been a light shone on some of these kind of corrupt financial behaviours that have been there from the elites as well. So in some ways it's going to force a more share the wealth, and also as well kind of like from wealthy people, they're going to decide more to share the wealth as well. So because it will feel so uncomfortable to be just holding money in accounts and just holding it there, it's going to start to feel really crunchy for them. It's going to start to feel really uncomfortable. So they're going to want to find projects, people, things to actually put the money into. And it isn't particularly even investments. It will just find ways of giving money. So from lack and deceptive kind of financial processes and programs, it's going to be to more fulfilling programs and more wanting to share the wealth, and kinder for the earth and kinder for the people, more nurturing energy. So these are the beautiful energies that we've actually got to look forward to, and some of the kind of like physical aspects that my guides kind of like brought into it as potentials of what's going to be happening in the exterior. Equality, more gender equality, race equality, status equality. So this is a month that equality is going to be highlighted, and a big light is going to be shone on it. And something in the car kind of like prompted me to it as well. So there was an advertisement for new teachers to come into the teaching profession. And towards the end of the advertisement, and it said salary of, I can't remember what it was, 24,000, whatever it was. But this salary may depend on the area you live in. And something prompted me to think, well, hang on a minute. A teacher's a teacher. They all put as much effort in and as much love into teaching our younger generation. So if, say, and I don't know if it's a north or south, and this is UK I'm speaking from, so I don't know if it's a north-south divide of the country as to whether you get paid more money in the south than you do in the north. But I'm just thinking, well, why would that be? Why should that depend on what area you live in as to what aspects of pay that you receive? That's not particularly fair. So all you teachers out there, new teachers, please fight for, you know, your pay equality, because that's a more fairer scheme. It shouldn't matter where you live to what your salary should be. If you're a teacher, you know, it should be the same salary, depending on, and also if there is kind of like a skill set scale, then that's fair enough as well. But it shouldn't, if you know, if you're on the same skill set as other people, but you're just living in the north or the south or a different part of the country, then you should all get the same pay structure, to me anyway. So interesting how that came on the radio, and something will be highlighted, I am sure, as to that advertisement that is not making pay structures equal. So there's going to be more things coming out as well. Perhaps there's going to be maybe more highlights on race equality, on gender equality this month. So there will be maybe certain programs that are coming into the news or into our external reality to actually highlight where things are still not equal. But it is a month as well to negotiate for things to become equal. So that was what my guys wanted to give me this morning about equality and the month of October, and that we have more equal opportunities to look forward to. So I will leave my love with you. Have an amazing day. Happy equality. Take care. Love you all. Thank you so much for listening to these videos as well. Please like and subscribe as well. Share the wealth. Love you all. Take care.